Hey everyone, it's great to be here. It's not like I've never done a video in my life before, but I am, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit out of my, it's not my element, but I just am not in my usual environment today because if you've paid any attention to the news, right now Los Angeles is on fire and I currently reside in Los Angeles. So I have made the choice to evacuate my home from which I live and reside for my own safety and just better safe than sorry, right? So in the meantime, I'm currently hanging out at a friend's house and super grateful that he has opened his space for me to be here. And if you know anyone that lives in LA, if you know of any, there are plenty of, I'm probably going to have to link it in the description below, but if you know of any organizations that are taking donations right now, it would be greatly appreciated, especially for like animal shelters or those that are living in sober living communities, right? It would be a great idea, great time specifically for you to send what you can to these organizations because many people have lost their homes up until this point. The fires are absolutely devastating, and my heart goes out to the people who are still trying to figure out what their next steps are. And the worst part is that the fires have yet to be put out. Some of them have been under control, but they're like the Palisades fire as well as the Eaton fire, that they both have 0% containment right now. So, and those are the largest of the four or five. I mean, there's been multiple fires that have broken out, but those are the two largest ones that are currently engulfing parts of Los Angeles. So please, if you could, send out positive thoughts and positive energy, maintaining just open-mindedness for any and all good positive shifts to occur at this time. So what are we doing today? It is absolutely fitting that these two cards have come out, but as I have shuffled them today, I just wanted to pull four cards just to see what the energy is for the collective that is watching this video right now. Primarily, the two that have come out are the visualization card here, as well as the love card here. And it is absolutely fitting, given the circumstances we find ourselves in right now, at least in the country, especially in Los Angeles. If you are someone who actively engages the imagination, you may be someone that daydreams a lot, this might be your encouragement here to step outside the comfort zone of dissociating and focus that energy and time, I suppose, to visualizing a future, visualizing healing happening, not just for others, but also for yourself here too. Love comes out here as this gentle reminder. And I pulled, last night during a live, I pulled some cards, particularly from this deck, and heart chakra came out. And love has specifically to do with the heart chakra here. It's one and the same. Finding a space to receive, finding a space to share. Love, I don't like using the word in the name here, but finding a space to share love, finding a space to really hold yourself in the most positive regard, utmost positive regard, and also holding others in that positive regard as well. If you're having trouble connecting to that love feeling here, if you're having trouble connecting to a space in which there is hope, there is, I guess like positivity. I don't really like leaning in on that. But if you're finding yourself in a space of finding hope, finding positivity, to be out of grasp, out of reach, think back to a time in which you had that opportunity to love on self to receive love from somebody else. Maybe when you were gathered around family, maybe when you were gathered around a loved one, pets here. Even finding love for the things that the activities that you do on the daily, if that's love for your art, if that's love for your job, if that's love for the place in which you live, because of how much it makes you feel connected to the universe or to your environment. This is, just your opportunity here to invite that energy into your heart space. It's not easy to do when you're looking outside of yourself and noticing that the world is essentially on fire, no pun intended, but you are giving yourself a better chance at taking it one step at a time, giving yourself a better chance at moving forward in a way that serves your highest good by sitting in a vulnerable place, in an open-minded space, and inviting any and all frequencies that resonate at this loving, heart-centered place to come pouring in, to come rushing in. Maybe inviting yourself to listen to some music at this time might be a good way to invoke those feelings or those thoughts that resonate around love for you. If you are wanting to visualize or sit in meditation, positive outcomes are of, things that help you align to your calling here. You may look up some Reiki meditation music. You might listen to some sound bath practitioners playing on YouTube. Whatever it is that really evokes those feelings for yourself, bring that up here. And oh man, there is one thing that I kind of want to pause here and just kind of reflect on, is that grounding yourself and connecting yourself to earth, to connecting yourself to the ethereal or to source might be helpful in these moments for you. Give me 1 second. Oh my lord. Hello? All right, you as well. Thank you. Well, that was nice. So someone just called me and wanted to share a Bible verse with me. And while I don't practice religion to that extent, or to that capacity, I don't practice religion at all. I thought it was very kind and very heartwarming that people are making the effort to share love, as we were mentioning in this reading, with others when it seems that all hope is lost for some. As I mentioned earlier in this video, there are a lot of people who have lost their homes. This is probably the worst that LA has seen regarding with wildfires, and so a lot of people are just uncertain about what the future holds. The sky is just this orange haze. It's really it's absolutely devastating. But knowing that we have an opportunity to really hold space in our heart center, in our third eye, in our crown, for an outpouring of that loving energy, an outpouring of hope, an outpouring of positivity. And I keep harping on those words: love, hope, positivity, primarily because that is essential here. It is so easy for us to go down the rabbit hole and to fall into a pit of despair because what we see in front of us is nothing short of terrifying. There is only so much that we can control, but what we can control too includes the way that we think and feel. If you were in a safe space, holding an energetic space of love and compassion, that positivity that we were mentioning, is helpful. Because in the grand scheme of things, as we are all one and we connect energetically with each other, we have an opportunity to shift the collective energy in a way that does bring good, does bring positive changes. And even as I say that, there are some parts of myself that doubts, that is insecure, that is unsure. Because how do you offer hope to someone who has lost it all? Who has no home to go back to? Things, material things, are only temporary. The soul, as we may feel and believe, lives on. And in the process of understanding, of becoming, of just simply being, there's an invitation that calls you forward from a power greater than ourselves. To trust, to place faith in that everything is happening for us rather than to us. Sudden positive shifts can happen at any time. We have to be open to receiving them. In this time, we are also invited to practice creativity. It's how we best process and express what we're feeling. In the darkest of times, in the most uncomfortable experiences, we have the free will to create anything that helps us find meaning, that helps us express sorrow, loss, maybe frustration, anger, disappointment, and guilt. And through these creative expressions, we can move through those emotions safely, thoroughly, openly. And maybe through your creative efforts, through your creative expression, you'll spark change in somebody else who has the capacity to make radical changes, to make any kind of movement forward, onwards, and upwards. And I'm really just kind of taking my time with this, really. I want meaning, I want understanding about why this is happening, how this is even possible. But I feel like even if I did know all the hows and the whys, it wouldn't do much to help me change the way that I show up for myself, other than perhaps provide more reason to hunker down, to shelter in place, to stay fearful. But that's not me. That's not who I strive to be, at least. And so I ask you, I just am curious, how will you find a way to creatively express yourself today? To make meaning or to understand in a way that's right for you, but more so, because as we've mentioned, knowing the how and the why won't really do us much good. But more so, to help you move beyond to inspire you, to motivate you, to empower you. And whatever thoughts and feelings are coming up for you right now, things that are leaving you questioning and pondering, leaving you curious, don't be afraid to just take a breath. To just let the silence ensue. To notice everything around you in your physical environment. What sensations are coming up in the body for you? Don't be afraid to laugh either. To find something funny in your day. I'm laughing because I'm looking at these monkeys. And I'm sure if you were watching this video, you're like, those things are freaking creepy, just staring at me the whole time. But these are cute. It's a cute little monkey here. And, you know, we can only give what we get, or get what we give, whichever the phrase might be, right? If you want happiness in your life, you have to be willing to just exchange that energy with the universe in some way. This did not go according to plan, this video, but I'm upholding my truth, my own commitment to self of uploading something every day. And I hope that you continue to uphold commitments for yourself too, despite what is going on. So if you haven't heard it already today, I love you. I mean that sincerely. Do some journaling, do some reading, express yourself creatively, and I'll see you next time.